It wasn't my idea, it was Josh's, but so he gave me this vision of first time ever Ranger boat. I don't know if I want to ruin it, but full AquaTraction. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's that going to look like? So when we started going back and forth for designs, he had the original idea, and then we both kind of started brainstorming. They got it all designed, and then we went on a fishing vacation while his wonderful employees were doing all the hard work.
You guys caught like a couple fish? Like 1 or 2 fishes?
Yeah, like 1 or 2 about every, what, 5 minutes?
Let's say 1 or 2 every 2 or 3 casts.
Yeah.
And so like if we had to give like a little little snip pick of what that video is going to be like, what's it going to do? Like,
you know,
this is the hint.
Hey, I'm starting to kind of feel it too.
Yeah.
It's all on my right arm. I was just telling my wife today, I don't know if it's like a tendonitis thing, but
I haven't seen it yet. This is literally like, I'm itching to walk in that door because it's going to be like Christmas in March. And one of a kind, first ever, full out Ranger boat with AquaTraction. Oh my goodness. This is like way cooler than I could picture it on paper. The main thing was, you know, fishing in those saltwater boats, I was starting to visualize what it was going to look like, and I realized I don't like trolling, but when I'm in the back and I'm standing on AquaTraction, it was always like a relief for my back throughout the day. Yeah. So that was the first thing when we were standing up on the pads of the saltwater boats. Right. I'm like, this is awesome, you know? Right. Well, lo and behold, I try to cast 90% of the time for walleyes, and that was the first thing that came to my mind, is like, I'm gonna have that cushion up front the whole time. Right. Now I'll probably never troll again. The bow is, I can't make up my mind what's cooler. So basically, Josh showed me a picture, and he said, what do you think of this? And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And really the premise of it was kind of like abstract art where there was really only 2 angles, a 45 or a straight line. And there was a couple different widths, but the cool part is how some of the lines would carry through and kind of dominate, and then the other ones would have the illusion of ducking underneath the other lines. So they absolutely nailed it here. It's like this fun, basically puzzle with your eye. And when you start following lines through here and there, you can see like, oh wow, that one goes underneath that one goes underneath that one. So the bow was kind of the easy part because it was one big piece. And then we went to the back and we're like, how can we really kind of make a focal point of all of this? And that's where this one big dominant line that goes all the way through, like basically an arrow, comes to this point, and then the whole thing just branches out and carries through the top of the lids. Now I'm staring at it from different angles. It's freaking amazing, wow. I'm probably about as bad as you can get as an AquaTraction owner. And that was really the first thing that stood out to me. You know, when Josh and I first started talking, I was like, heck yeah, I want my back to feel better. But secretly behind the scenes, I'm thinking, okay, this stuff is really easy to clean, but what happens if you only clean it once every 2 weeks or once every 2 months in my case? So the fact that all I carry in my boat is a little pitcher that I put water in and a stiff bristled brush, and that's about 90% of my cleanup. And then when I get time, I motivate, I spray it down, I use a little orange cleaner, maybe some Barkeep's Friend, and it's literally like new. So I'm pumped now to have the full deck, you know, option, and I know that, you know, I get some blood on the front deck, I get some slime, I get some mud. It's simple for me, just stiff bristle brush, boom, we're back to like showroom quality. So it'll be key because then I'll be able to keep that, you know, that intimidation factor.
Down south or on saltwater, they can't put carpet in there. The saltwater will completely deteriorate all the carpet down there, so they're all hard fiberglass floors. With the boats up north, they still intend on putting carpet into the boats. And when we pull that carpet up, it creates some issues. Ripping the carpet up, it's designed to have the carpet wrap up around the edges. Our material is too rigid and it's not conducive to wrap it in a 90-degree angle, so we end up with large gaps with each one of the hatch lids. And then the next problem is that when that carpet is ripped off, it's number one, it's a pain in the butt to get up. Number two, it leaves a really rough, poor looking finish around the edges. So what we decided to do, and we're the very first company that's ever done this, is that we decided to go through and design our own hatch lids to completely correct both of those problems. We created our own molds, we refiberglassed and recreated these hatch lids that went in here that you see in this boat today. And then that allows us to be able to go through and put AquaTraction throughout the whole entire boat. And now you get the benefits of anti-fatigue, anti-slip. It looks cool. I mean, this is the coolest looking Ranger 620 that's out there, bar none. There's no other company that can do a Ranger 620 the way that this boat looks. I mean, we're light years ahead of our competition at this point.
All in all, I can't wait to go fishing. I'm actually leaving for my first tournament in T-minus 3 days. So one thing that is sweet about AquaTraction, I've had a lot of people ask me about my floors in the past, is it's rare nowadays in business where you can send somebody, refer them to a company, and know that they'll come back with the same reaction that I've had every time, and that's like unbelievable customer service, actual person when I call there, answer the phone. Josh and the guys at AquaTraction hooked me up, super nice, wholesome Minnesota people. So this is a great example. We wrote this date on the calendar probably 3 months ago, praying I had my boat, praying I had my grass, praying I had my motors, knowing that this is gonna be the last week to do it. And they pulled it off, 5 days, full out, brand new, everything AquaTraction.